Hi, Darcy. First of all, how good's it been to spend a few days with your family in Victoria in the lead up to your 100th game?
Yeah, it was good. So I was actually back for a mate's funeral, so it's not always the reason you want to get back to Victoria, but it was something I had to do and I feel a lot better for it. And yeah, it's good to be back here, but now the mind quickly focuses to Geelong and keen for this weekend, which should be exciting.
Sorry for your loss. Can you talk us through your journey to 100 games? Because it's definitely had its challenges in terms of injury and the like.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously 100 games, it's when I have time to reflect on it, which I haven't really had much of the time yet to, but yeah, I'm really proud of it. Been a lot of up and downs along the journey with obviously injury. It's been a tough road for us as a footy club as well. When I first got here, we sort of had that rebuild, and it's been a long time since we've had success. But we're reaping the rewards now, and it's a really special group to be a part of. Really excited about the future of this footy club and where we can take it from here. So, 100 games, full of ups and downs, but that's all footy, and hopefully I can snag 100 more. That would be nice.
And obviously you're facing Geelong this weekend, massive clash. How do you feel like the preparation's gone into this one and the confidence of the group after a 5-1 start?
Yeah, obviously, it's clear that it's going to be a challenge, Geelong at Geelong, but we aren't putting too much pressure on ourselves. We know it's a challenge, but we do focus week by week basis. We've been playing really good footy, but we know that when we play our football and play our way, it does stand up. So, we're not putting too much pressure on ourselves, but just trying to improve each week. And we know when we play our way, it does work. So, really exciting challenge. I think all the boys are really keen to go. It's a good opportunity to see where we're at again this week. But, we're playing really good football, so we just got to stick to the plan and go in full of confidence and play our way and hopefully come away with the W.
And everyone speaks about playing at HBA Stadium, how Geelong have such a sort of stranglehold there. You've only been and played there once, I think, and a lot of your teammates are probably in the same boat. Is it a sense of ignorance is bliss and not knowing the sort of ground as well as others may?
Yeah, I guess so. But, I suppose we've got a very young group, and it's the same with a lot of grounds that we play at. A lot of the boys coming through have only played at a lot of the interstate grounds once or twice or 3 times. So I know a lot of our boys haven't played at Geelong, but we get a good look at it today. We go there for a captain's run, so we'll see how narrow the ground is, and I think we've already mentally prepared for that. And we'll get a better look at it today. And I think it really suits our game style as well. We're a good defensive team, so the narrow ground will help us and hopefully help us play our way. So we've got a lot of fresh faces in our group and a lot of young, not as experienced players, but even myself, I've only played there once in my AFL career. So we'll have a look at it today in the captain's run, and keen to get out there tomorrow.
And last one from me, looking back a few weeks now to that derby and that, sort of knock you got to the neck a couple of weeks back, how did you can you remember anything from that incident, and how have the past few weeks been sort of bouncing back from it?
Yeah, I do remember the whole incident and everything until obviously I collapsed, which was a bit scary, but as soon as I woke up I was fine and it was all positive news. There was no real extreme effects. It just felt like your normal concussion. It was my first concussion, so it was all a bit new to me, but all signs were positive. I was passing concussion tests pretty early in the phase, so just had to follow the 12-day protocols. It was new to me, but everything since then has been fine. Feel completely normal and no long-lasting effects, which is very positive and very lucky to come away with that. But back playing footy, which is awesome, and just look to improve from here.
Darcy, Tom of the ABC, congratulations on 100 games and sorry for your loss as well. When you look back over the last 6 years, was there a moment there when you talked about the struggles of the club where you thought that you would go somewhere else, or were you always committed to being at Freo?
Nah, I've never really thought about going somewhere else. Obviously, when you first get there, it's tough being away from family and friends, and WA is a long way away from home, but the club's, ever since day dot, it's been very welcoming and got a good bunch of boys ever since I've been there, a lot of friends and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm a very loyal bloke, I think. So, it was never a thought to go anywhere else. And, now I know it's been a tough 6 or so years since I've been at the club in terms of the success, but I feel like the group we've got now is really, really special and capable of achieving some great things. So, I'm stoked to be here and very privileged and proud to play 100 games with this group and hopefully many, many more to come.
Caleb Sarong said after the win on the weekend that you guys are really welcoming the positive scrutiny now that you're in the top four and have beaten some teams on the road and are performing well. How do you balance out that the positivity and not getting ahead of yourself with also just embracing the hype that's coming at the moment?
Yeah, so obviously the hype's all part of it, but we've been really good at speaking about that, even on the reverse side of it last year when teams, media talks us down and stuff like that, and you've got to handle that. So, being on the flip side is a better side to be on, but we do anchor up each week and shift our focus to the next week's game. So we've been playing really good footy. Our game plan does stand up when we execute. So we've just got to focus early in the week, review our games, focus on what we need to improve on, and then quickly focus to the next week's game. So the focus did shift to Geelong pretty quickly after a good win against Carlton, but that's all we have to do and stay level-headed and grounded because it's only early days in the season yet and we've got a huge challenge this week. It would be good to see where we're at against Geelong. Then hopefully get away with the win. If we do that, we quickly get grounded again and focus on next week's game. So, 1 week at a time, we're doing well, but we've got a long way to go.
And just last one from me. You've played in a variety of positions over the last few years. You've played across half-back, you've played on the wing, you've played a little bit of inside mid. Over the next 100 games, where do you see yourself fitting in a more sort of permanent role? Or are you happy being that sort of utility player?
Yeah, it has been a part of my game, being a bit flexible and being a bit of utility, playing a bit everywhere. I think it has added a lot of strings to my bow, learning different parts of the game. It's something that sort of needed to be done throughout my career, I think. But I do see myself as midfielder, wing. I feel like I play my best footy through the midfield. I still think I've got a long way to go. I don't think I've reached my best yet. I got good confidence out of the pre-season, playing in the midfield and know that I'm really capable of being a good player there. So I've just got to keep working hard. I know the start of the year hasn't gone exactly to plan with a couple of hiccups, a couple of hammies before the season and then the concussion a few weeks ago. But it's looking to get some continuity in my game and getting back to my best form, and I feel like that will be through the midfield and wing.
Hey Darcy, it's Ash here at Channel 10. Just is this the litmus test as to where you guys sit this season, playing against Geelong at a stadium which you haven't had great success at in the past?
Yeah, it is a bit of a test, but I feel like every week's a test, and we're not really putting that full pressure on ourselves. That like this is an ultimate test. Like we're going into each week looking to play our way and looking to get the win. So. In hindsight, it will be a good test for us. We know it's going to be a huge challenge, Geelong at Geelong, but just looking to execute our footy and hopefully get the win.
You mentioned this group, how special it is. Looking back at the teams that you've played with in the past in terms of the makeup of it, what's so different between then and now?
It's probably a hard question. When I sort of arrived previously to when I arrived, we had reached a lot of success, and it was just the group sort of went through a rebuild. There's a lot of turnover through our list, and I feel like the club's done a really good job in getting good staff members in place, all the football departments, really good and willing to do whatever they can to make us reach success, and even the playing list is the exact same. The recruiters have done an awesome job to get really good people in place, and we've got a really good culture brewing here at the club, a lot of good young talent as well, which always helps. So I feel like now that we've sort of had that 1, 2, 3 years together of the young guys coming through, and as we get more experience together, it's only going to help us get to where we want to get to. But it is a special feeling at the club. Like everyone's willing to improve and get the best out of themselves and do whatever they can to hopefully deliver one day the first premiership for this footy club. So that's what drives us every day. Everyone rocks up to work wanting to get better. So you can only see more improvement from us, I think.
Just on the staff as well, you sort of said that you had new staff come in. Is there one in particular that has sort of helped you over maybe this last year, and the message that sort of came from them in order to, I guess, get you in the best shape and prepare for this season?
Yeah, well, there's so many to name, to be honest. Ones that come to mind, well, JL obviously has been huge for the club the last couple of years. Phil Merriman, our fitness guy, has got us in really good shape as well. I feel like over the pre-season, everyone was in the best nick that they've been in their career. We've reached a lot of PBs over the pre-season and stuff like that, which it's only a small part of it. Well, it's probably a huge part of it, but it's really set us up for the start of the season, and it's gave us good availability on our list as well. So that always helps in terms of winning games, and it's very important. And particularly in the midfield, as I'm in the midfield, Josh Carr and Joel Corey have been a huge help, and they've had very good careers themselves as players, and they're just awesome to learn off. So there's so many people in place at this footy club that is going to help us get to where we want to get to.
Just last one from me, just back on the concussion as well. You said that you hadn't experienced something like that before. Was yours a little bit more unusual? There was a mention that you might have had a seizure as well. Was that something that happened and unusual to go with a concussion?
Yeah, it was something that happened, but it probably seems unusual. But speaking to the doctors, it is actually quite common. Probably not in AFL, but a lot of concussions do lead to a seizure episode. So unfortunately, that did happen with me. It was a bit scary, but at the same time, I did pull up, really, really good. So it was really positive. And as I said earlier, passed all the concussion tests and stuff pretty early. So thankfully I come out the other side of it really, really positive, and didn't have any effects from it. So back playing footy, which is good, and hopefully no more concussions from here.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for that.
Hey Darcy, just piggybacking on Ash's first question there. I know you're focused on getting the job done this week, but to win in Geelong is probably the toughest trip in footy. To get that and get that in your back, how do you think that would affect your confidence going forward for the team and for the year?
Yeah, look, lads have spoken about it. It's a huge challenge, and I know we're a really confident group at the moment. We've played some good footy this year, and when we play our way, it stands up. So if we do get the win this week, it will only add to that confidence and boost it, I think. So it is a really good test for us, and we're just so excited to get out there. What a better way to do it. Biggest challenge in footy nearly, Geelong. So to go out there and get the opportunity to improve and play our way and hopefully come away with the win, which would be very nice, would be very good for our group, I think. And then we'll be quickly focusing on the next week.
And they're missing, obviously, a starting Dangerfield out of that midfield, but it's still a strong set in there. What are the sort of strengths you see in the Cats midfield that you're going to have to dominate, I guess, and get on top of them with?
Yeah, I know Danger's not back in, but they still have a very quality team and a very experienced list. So their midfield, they pride themselves on the contest. It's their DNA, and it has been for a long time. So they've still got a lot of quality players in there and can be very damaging, and we just know that we have to match them in the contest. That's got to be our one wood. And if we bring that, the rest of our game should flow from there. But it does start at the contest, and we've got to be fierce and try and match them, and be confident that we can take it on and match them in there.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Cool. Thanks,
Darcy,
guys.
just quickly, Darcy, just on Lockie Schultz, he also plays his 50th game this week. Quite remarkable for a guy who's only been in the footy club for such a short period of time. The amount of impact he has. Do you just have a word on what he brings in that forward line?
Yeah, so Shooter, he's actually probably one of my best mates at the footy club, so it's quite fitting that I get to share milestones with him. So he's done awesome to get to 50 games, and there's a lot more to come for him, and we just all love playing with him. I think everyone sees what he brings to our footy club, his desire and forward pressure, and gets rewarded with goals as well. He's in really good form at the moment. I know he missed with COVID the other week, but comes straight back in and had a huge impact. So I think not only I love playing with Shooter, but the whole footy club does, and he's going to be very good for years to come, I think. So it's awesome I get to share my milestone with him. Very proud.
Sorry, I've got one last one as well. I'm going to let you go. Jordan Clark, obviously heading back and playing against Geelong. Has he been offering much advice and insight into what it's like to play at the stadium? I mean, it must be a bit of an asset given that, he's been able to train there, play there for such a period of time.
Yeah, obviously he's been there for a few years, but I haven't spoken to him personally, but who knows, he might give us some insight today when we're at the captain's run. But obviously his knowledge, and not just of the Cats list, but of the footy oval and stuff like that, is going to be very valuable to us. So we'll take that and learn as much as we can, and but still go in with our plan to execute and what we need to do to beat Geelong. So really look forward to the next 24 hours.